Robeson County.
You're getting there, Kate. You're doing fine.
It's far stronger to me and by the Lumbee people that I know.
Mm-hmm.
That relationship to home is far stronger.
That's because you haven't talked to many people from other places, have you?
Oh, yeah.
I know no other tribes in North Carolina.
Oh, in North Carolina. Well,
how many Indian people in North Carolina have you talked to who weren't Lumbee from Robeson County?
Well, I met several Cherokee because one of my students who grew up perceived as African American decided to embrace her Cherokee roots, and she has a number of programs in Western North Carolina focusing on Cherokee. So I've met a number of Cherokee. Most of the Native American students that I know are Navajo. You know, I had a couple of Apache students, and then I have a friend from New England, but I can't even remember the name of the tribe. But he's moving here.
It'd be like Mashpah? Or Pequots?
I'm not going to remember.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But it's a name
You're not thinking of Crystal, are you? You're not thinking of Crystal, are you?
No, I'm thinking of from CDC. We brought him up here a couple of times.
Dean Seneca.
Dean Seneca. In fact, that's the name of the tribe, isn't it? Seneca. That's the tribe.
There is a tribe. There is a tribe, Seneca.
Yeah, and he's moving here to the Triangle area. Dean is moving to. I can get the date. I don't know the date.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I still have the email.
What's his area of expertise?
He was at CDC with me. Started out a public health advisor.
In what
became
area?
a program.
But
Well,
what area?
the last area that he worked in. Well, just to make sure you understand, public health advisors tend to be assigned to a number of different areas, program areas. But the last program area that he worked on was environmental.
Okay.
But he also worked in health disparities, worked in the health disparities office for a while. He worked in chronic disease in the beginning, but I can't remember exactly which area it was.
Chronic disease and disparities go almost hand in hand, but what will he be doing here?
I have to get the email. I didn't read.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't he in charge of American Indian programs at the CDC most recently?
He was in the Office of Health Disparities, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But there was also another a person who we worked with. She was Lakota, who was also in that office, but her focus was primarily on training programs, while his focus was more on tribal health issues.
Did you have run into somebody with the last name of Wilkins down there?
Wilkins? Yes!
He's a Lumbee.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
I forgot all about him.
There you go.
That's right. He's quiet though. That's why I don't. Yeah. Yeah, he worked in chronic diseases.
What's his first name?
I can't think of it.
Yeah.
But he got his degree in health education.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
From Chapel Hill? Oh, I didn't know. I don't remember that. But yeah. Oh, okay.
Look
and that's funny because.
The other thing, before I forget it, in case you needed to talk to somebody from closer to home, I don't think she's as active as a troublemaker as I am, but her name is Angela Maynor. She works as a dietitian, nutritionist with the hospital there.
And she's a graduate from the school also?
School of nutrition.
From nutrition? In your era? Or
Much after me, yeah. Public health nutrition. She was a Ransom before she married the Maynor. And, anyway. Angela Ransom Maynor. But she has been with the hospital now for more than 10 years, so she's just right across the street from you good people. But the one thing, and I'm not bragging,
Mm?
this comes from Mildred Kaufman. She told me whenever I was first admitted to the school that I might have been the first American Indian to get a master's degree in nutrition.
Mm.
Really?
Like, yeah, at least in public health. So I'm not researching it and never tried to figure it out.
Yeah.
But she was a hooty-hoo in the field of public health and nutrition.
Mm.
So I guess she might have known. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you
Yeah.
remember her name?
Mm-mm.
She was a professor.
Mildred Kaufman?
Kaufman.
Oh yeah, I remember her.
Yeah, she was there when Adosian was the chair
Oh,
of the
okay.
department.
Okay. Yeah, I really, I was epi, so
Yeah.
I didn't really.
Yeah, and she was brought on to try to bring the nutrition department up to par as it pertained to preparing the students to become registered dietitians. Prior to that, there wasn't that emphasis on, that additional accreditation period.
Right.
Um,
Interesting. Yeah, I have seen this. Well, the schism between Cherokee and Lumbee go much further back than that.
It goes a long
Longest because the
Well-
Cherokee in Western North Carolina
but
fought with the Confederates, and the
Yeah.
Lumbee fought with the Union.
Yeah. Well, it's still not even that. Not until the 60s and late 50s, and a lot of it had to do with transportation and communication.
Yeah.
The different tribes didn't have anything to do with one another because there were no relationships. We didn't know one another. And also the caution of not trust,
Mm.
because Indian people have been so abused
Right.
by non-Indians.
Right.
And unless, you were within a certain geographic area and you knew the reputation of other people, you
Right.
just didn't deal with one another.
Yeah.
I mean, Indian people didn't marry outside of their tribe.
Mm-hmm.
We were cautious. You stay within your people.
Yeah.
And so there's just, it's been very complex. For
Yeah.
a very
Right.
long
I know.
time.
It's something I've been interested in. But when two peoples are on opposite sides in the most vicious war in American history, you gotta know that this
Yeah.
stuff could. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Not anything brand new.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I even before I went to college, I read about the Lowry brothers. I mean, they were, to me, Lowry brothers. They were heroes to me,
Yeah. I've got
so.
Lowry on my father's side of the family.
Okay.
On this side, we're kin to him.
I see. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. No, I grew up talking about that. I mean, Osceola was in prison 6 times in my community before they decided to assassinate him because he was such a threat. They just walked into his cell and shot him. So Geechees all along the Sea Islands have shared stories with Native peoples, for quite a while. Yeah.
Well, we've had similar struggles.
Yes. Yeah.
So like that, similar struggles.
Yeah. Yeah, I think one of the things that just really concerns me now that I look back in my community is that we have been so, we no longer have communities the way we once did. We had strong, isolated communities. I had to take speech for 2 years when I went to college because I spoke Gullah,
Right.
and we had strong communities. Today, it's just,
Well, I will give you from my viewpoint about, our community is strong in one way and not strong in another way. And it's got to do with desegregation and what happened.
right.
Because in our community, between the church and the school, that was the heart of our community.
Yeah.
And when we were pulled away from our school in which, everybody knew everybody and sent to other places. That was one thing that weakened the community. And
Right.
now to this day, and probably your community too,
Right.
the church
Yeah.
is, helps hold communities together.
Right.
But even still, that's a struggle
Yeah.
in this day and age in which people are traveling from one place to other for education and job opportunities. You don't stay still in the same place.
Right.
But
Yeah.
because you don't stay in the same place,
Mhm.
you learn more about the world.
Yeah.
And unless you go back and forth and carry and communicate this information and knowledge, the communities do not get stronger.
Mhm.
But so often, the talent that leaves those, and oftentimes the small communities, don't come back.
Mhm. Yeah.
But it's getting back to the connection with the people that you've been privy to meet from Robeson County. And
Mhm.
trust me, it's the same for those of us who come from Hoke
Mhm.
and other communities. Indian, Native, it's strong.
Mhm.
It's very, very strong.
Mhm. Yeah. 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 I know. I'm hoping to have a property on the one island that's remaining in my community. All the other islands, because they're islands, the land has become so expensive, and so there's no hope of my going back to my original communities because it's been so decimated. It's, the senator lives diagonally across the street from where we live. The little bungalow I grew up in is now a 3-story mega house. It's
McMansion.
yes,
That's what it
it's
But-
it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, but you reminded me a couple of years ago, the young woman who won the American Idol title. She
Mhm.
came from your community. I won't say your specific island.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Wonderful voice.
Oh.
Wonderful voice.
yeah. I've never
So-
watched that show.
Well, I
Yeah.
always watch it. I don't. Well, and this year was the last season, but they had all the previous winners on
Mm.
there. But she's an African American woman,
Huh.
and one of the things that they always did would be the finalists would go back to their home communities.
Uh-huh.
Their home communities would fit them and celebrate that they got
Right.
that far. And we were allowed to see where she came from,
Huh.
her home community. So you might
I'll have to
you
look
might
at
want to
that.
check it
Yeah,
out.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We've had. It's interesting to me because you have people like Mrs. Obama. Her parents came from the coastal community, although they were actually on the mainland rather than on one of the islands. And there's so many people. The president's assistant for Love, he was a basketball player at Duke. His mother and grandmother, I used to drive them to church when I was a teenager. Yeah, so, but we have lost our connection to that community. We don't acknowledge it. It's only been in the last 10 years that I've ever thought of spending any time going back to my community. And I've always appreciated the fact that many of the Lumbee students and colleagues that I've known over the years, they have this strong tie with going back home that I never felt growing up.
We have to. As a matter of fact, through this whole thing until I think it's almost a month ago now. My sister took me. She drove. I have reminded her about voting and everything, so she voted early, and I rode down with her one afternoon to vote back home because she keeps her registration back home. And I had not been home since before Christmas. And gave me the opportunity to go into the house for a few minutes, the house where I grew up. And and it's just been homesick.
Yeah.
And I was there last week. I spent the night for the first time again since December. and it was just a wonderful feeling for me.
Yeah, right.
Just
Yeah.
have just strong connections to home.
Yeah.
And probably in another 5 years or so, I'll probably sell this place and move there
Yeah.
permanently for
Yeah,
a time.
that's what I'm
And
doing
make
now.
some people uncomfortable, maybe. Who knows?
Mhm.
Who knows?
Yeah, so hopefully by April 27th, I ought to have a house on St. Helena. It's something I'm looking forward to. Yeah,
Well, many blessings to you.
thank you.
Many blessings.